discuss it, but me per se before na me share blaster game no. I know the actually. Oh yeah, Jude story back on any boss Thomas Tuchel story back on Free Lions. Me per se a small take on that, and then there's also Wirtz story be na oh yeah. Wirtz the end day. Me spend the time also be bracer, but my direction me say. Suarez before no be call Barca no. Now I hear a Juma Liverpool pa. No I hear Juma because I hear Juma was proven ho. Even Suarez, even that Liverpool season, you know, yo, all things being equal. Now your season as a was every individual award, including even the Ballon d'Or. But collective trophy now back for Liverpool as EPL, you know. Now, most importantly, 2014, that season, Suarez, Eddie Liverpool, sorry, no. Europe now koya from Liverpool for as they expected. And now, as a Suarez individually or the performance, no sorry, I was sorry, but collectively, I was remember. But a core Barca, he had to prove to Messi, say, he deserves to be partner to. Arguably one of the greatest players.
Yes.
Nanya Juma now, why no Liverpool? No, Yanya Sana Jumanity. Every time we keep saying it, say in the discussion of performances, the Obayan and Rano, Yana SC Jan and Ra, unless say what reboot to go, then we are talking about legends, past performance, or more retire, then we can pick you up and discuss you. Other than that, it has always been the standard and reprove. And the Suarez Liverpool, you know, at Barcelona, he had to restart everything altogether. And that's how they are. Hazard, come on, show more Madrid. Because no matter Juma be or somebody do home, but in football, in performance, you do a Juma home. This way we. It has to be every day. Now, so on the field in a day, yeah, one may you yeah, I just prove be the show with new teammate in the cell with you, Juma. That situation out to know Liverpool, no, yeah, on sign. My share Enema 1-2-1-2-1-2 on sign. One, he has to have confidence. Our new club waba an elite stage comparatively to the Bundesliga. As I say, or shoot one, but or in a form dear name the teammate in D.
Oh, Samu
Shadrack can you ready? So by Jumana, the teammate in D.
I didn't Sharaka Majuma.
So by Juma, who knows? You see, you for no by Juma now, you're after say. No, near Juma, and no, there's more Juma, so much doom lights and no doom lights in the cacra.
Oh, dear me.
Or doom lights and a night, you know, say, Kaku, Jum, and Jono Cosso. Yeah, or starting video. No, look at Wirtz. Analyze his relationship with other players in our field. A catcher will say, every system beyond successful tactically, no, there has to be. A dear friend say tactical relationism. It Wirtz in the final third of Liverpool. Then why or new more young fact to say. How does he relate to them? Or move where you know, or position where you know.
Okay.
Do they think say I want to be for Frobia or be joining team no for front anymore? Me can sala, me can gapo, me can da for no. It is Wirtz national kimo play no yanko. They have a more ignore boy no cry. He runs opposition ho, but born him up. So the almost play like a share on any teammate, you know, Shanima Koso Ewomontem. So it has been repeating itself. It will Liverpool anymore. It has been a constant repetition of ignorance from the teammate, you know.
So they did combine here one.
Yeah.
It be also or at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
But feeding them.
No. You watch this, hold it here. Oh, the Osha, yeah. Or can I check it to a Mawa? OBM, when not OBM. Who say a person open up? Shadrack a corner chicken crab Mawa. Who say a person open up? This is it. At the time I born anybody knew. Or now Arrow Ketuano, a target. He was opening up. But just check this chance. Yeah, I'll check a chance we say after this, and don't worry. Check it the other. So it has been an issue of neglecting or so kind of watch this chance. We passing here more better and easier since shooting. Number two, Salah is on his weak foot, which is the right.
Yes. It's
the angle of shooting, okay, and one Salah just a small cutback. Not very talkable. So
just a simple pass, but unlucky the confidence level of Liverpool.
And yet just a issue of trust.
Okay. Some of the man I want share.
Yeah, why? ade ne bi ye mani e bi ye Sobosla oba afoforo no ni nyina sala de ye no na vet de nya sala nkwa na de ye no other members no so ye ne sa yaw born Sunday special bit me sure anim no odan ne no de born e ko Sunday special no nyina I'm telling you because any competition be anim watch this some of the times you know you feel say he's in the right shooting angle why exhaust energy he's gotten close to the final third as be jab on the turn that player might not be in a very good position directly in a shooting angle but the ball they are saying Shadrack can release play no ball they are saying so it's been repeating and amu ignore blatantly amu ignore also catch and say sorry yeah who say Salah catch and say sorry before Mo Salah na who ni be catch and say sorry no it means wajia to say why ignore. So it has been repeating. No more ignore na sana a kilo confidence in a cry because we upon no fear also be moko. Offer one in door cry no abo and they try to just ignore his movement as if say we need a final third will be. In my little opinion, Sakamo trusting say a key member in the final third just ask Leverkusen for no a genie di say vet be any team no or when more say yeah this guy probably would have had 1 or 2 goals be into in the start but I feel say am I neglecting anymore am I neglecting I have to be very honest. There have been times say who say penalty cry no maybe oh say Messi more those guys who teach penalty no their man Ibrahimovic like Bonashe you know why or person with confidence or be able to do it to person boy vet there this is the moment why we near what do you know we England oh say I can't get you one pass vet gram mejitum kakra because we be a primity na there say oh welcome the young players into the setup no new players into the setup no or no blatantly we need the man say no yaw to be very honest ojene what do you say sometimes you know field no so why is just here hodi we nyina dey final third na ball na ma ya na fans dey ya mo hwe ho bebre sa o ya na mo hwe ho bebre sa but I think somebody in the final third a senior player has to help vet he has to be respected
because no an game am hwe na nye bad cra na assist no tunu so nim ne hoye
onu ball ne boss se mo ball ne so mo ball na sika no so ohunu say yaw ye ka say the sika koto player bi aba na ne sika no so ya na to bi ya mfa nya sem bia o se sika ne ye wait ni ade o na football na bedru stage bi say troll ni ade ni ntino we have forgotten about all those part of adaptation and all that but adwuma pa and vet is the future right now I feel say Salah crowd obey no why did do na awie yeah away from that ya sa bedru janche bi na afi bia ba bedru ha say ne bedru ha say na yentimi nja ha say so bada Junction about bedroom a junction bay. You buy a major tournament. Discussions are how do a coso. Why the could be the England? Why you could be a sergeant show you? You may do one mother. Every major tournament. No, me dream one. I'm a tear say. I'm say England for no must born and you're born and you are born could do 3 or a fat trophy no. Born in the entertainment, the mix up to the tournament. And it's young more qualifies. You know, must start coming home. They try to excite themselves with everything game no de be ma. It made discussions we be brain me who say a distraction de ma omo. But mami ramu yi Free Lion said you see who omo team no. It is a Real Madrid, it is a Kotoko, mama nka sa. It is a Ali. Status eka ho. Yeah. Status eka how omo hu omo ho. They don't just come say Steven Body you good to see where you good. They look at you who is that player. And don't think first you know. So free EPL num go outside. Oh Baba bought Free Lions to be very difficult. Because they feel some big clubs in England no. We bound to coin. And only Liverpool, and only Manchester no, and only big clubs no. So when Madrid be ne buy be a player back come be ne bas they don't call anybody. I hope you know. Big boys neighbor Jude nie. Okoye no obi so asori ofie in Kopama according to the coach no also he sees balance in Morgan Rogers. Oh, there's a certain prodigy be a Pep Guardiola so abeboy atete no. Man City for him say or be team this better so in for them. So politically obi atwitwi everything now comes down to the coach. And he's a foreign coach. What does our table of one table of seven what cannot He knows to say Obi carry weight in the eyes of the pundits in Jude Bellingham. Or him so be free Real Madrid ever. Cameras will be looking for that guy. And I any boom we
Oh,
share.
because omo game omo born on nano ya City je me be Pep dia o ka say oje Tuchel odi say Tuchel do penye dia ma England as obu ne be kasakwa tintin tete ne nyina na say onim say Tuchel penye ma England nkwana then means I was say Foden a form no onya kola because recently say no onya kola
Pep
I'm for friends so dey na me story now no coach no so free player no
yo national team no who you coach need difficult yet we keep saying every coach wants quality and so quality never does one and no in football no, when you have more quality a distracting or dressing room so right now what is the main contest here? Are we looking for balance? Are we fixing the big boys because if you have to pay Gerrard ni Lampard ni Postecoglou ni David Beckham atchire ni ti even Nike na a bonity keke kra na cameras na pack capture and the coaches in peno the coaches try to run away from the other niema no and until the Jude petit inside coaches say oh for camera by so you are calling for unnecessary tension when say oh petit me drop my rum home my boafu I am not okay with your substitution no apart from say disrespect to Messiah no Baba Bobby no why you are calling for unnecessary tension. But let me tell you one thing here. A true football more, the most difficult thing for every coach. And you who decode tactics, looking for balance. It's one of the most difficult things to do. Balance. The BM Musao. So person goes. Now the Messi 11 and now Ronaldo 11. Open goes. And I see Ramos will go to see Iniesta. In Drew Pretender, Kofa Ramos and so open goes. There has to be always balance. Now balance, Japan Korea 2002 Brazil Foninya Rivaldo Ronaldinho Ronaldo Firmino. Now in order to have balance for these three let's say cut wingers in it to go because Ronaldinho is a winger we're natural 10 with the freedom to go out wide it will space in the man and now here I say and you're about dropping Edmilson in between Rocky Jr. and Lusu to form a new back three. No Pushi Kafu and Roberto Carlos. Now wing problem no was solved. No in FIFA Babinye Tupe, Gilberto Silva and a Kleberson. In the final third, I see Ronaldinho Monina Rivaldo and Ronaldo chi. Typical 3-4-3. But in the final third, in your three, a 3-4-1-3. The one no is the whole Ronaldinho. Perfect balance. Complete bien baby. I mean San Hotomo. The same thing South Africa 2010 Uruguay. 4-3-3 Cavani, Forlan, Luis Suarez. But there was a midfield problem because I'm confronting me and Sakwamumba. And Oscar Tabares say, no. Let's switch it to a standard 4-4-2. Forlan and Suarez, a bit leading line. But Cavani physique in Intino, about ball wings. Not the Fernandez, I told you other wings, no ball Alvaro Rios, any Perez, double sixes. Oh, if you 4-4-2, the share Ghana. No, did Ghana so ball. Yeah, you need fun, your ball double twos. Okay, your ball in John Pencil, or line so. In order to stop Cavani in the inversion or your ball double twos or line so. Tactically, you always need to sacrifice something.
Okay.
So at this point, yeah, you drew me Ubusamia, the best English number 10 currently. Without watching the camera, I'll tell you it's Kopama. 10 for 10. But goal scoring, no, yeah, no Jude the kind of game no. If I'm looking for a false nine without Hurricane, I'll be going for Jude Bellingham because Kopama not even more false nine. Or sorry how about Pebble Biabo. But for Jude, if Hurricane drop it in deep one, with me as a false nine.
As a shadow striker.
That's it. Into holding the balance at Thomas Tuchel or pay. But maybe dear, even though England for now you status big boys and I represent you more, but I will be thinking like a coach. Go for balance.
Okay.
Thomas Tuchel should go for balance.
Mate,
I can remember blast time.
Wow, Utd Lartey, a video analyst in here. Mesa.
Yeah, my initiative for Kakrabi on England for the and I say it had the butu. Then I set an example. So Thomas Tuchel, also a big boy, because he has won the Champions League with Chelsea, played a final with Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. We're coaching superstars, we're coaching top guys. It's very quite difficult. Say, oh, a big boy with team the more bit my mama bet so, but when ya dadia share Jude Bellingham video ni beam. New the more can anya sana Jude Bellingham ye. it's like it's an agenda against Jude Bellingham. So there are future consequences of things that will be done to players like Jude Bellingham. There are future consequences. And when I cite an example of the EPP, the Akofabano. England for journalists in the media for you, I don't know what GD said there be. I was a project in it, me UDB, the more man, Koran, P by the national team. Omona Yomodia. Jude Bellingham no see so no. Yeah. Wabo you teams in Libya. But Odrum Pempen so be no, or I could also say there be on England or more Premier League no. Obetu kwai. Normally most of these young guys no mo pay England no. One more Liverpool, Man United, Man United at Chelsea, Munai Arsenal, Munon and the one de Boba. No dear, but from Birmingham straight to Germany. So you grooming war England. Or mature, our Germany, so you might break down, and I will deliver with Spain. It is a honor bono crown. Now we be at Yan come back to about things. Eden na England national team captain Okobobo German Bundesliga. Ni na sorry bye. And these are things I be how omo adi jabetu. This is Thomas Tuchel on Ankasa decided there be I will play. By Jude na Ankasa the position here day.
Yes.
Jude, I see him to be a proper box-to-box midfielder. Despite the fact that Otimi bought 10. Was at the body plan with my baby, a bit me. What can Jude can not in the boot to club because I want the fitness or the technical intelligence to play. But the position power pursue not the best out. Borussia Dortmund Benjinano. Jude be a proper box-to-box midfielder. Now, if England decides to go with a 4-2-3-1, this is where issues in the Bebemo. For now, Utd Thomas Tuchel or say Elliot Anderson, and then Declan Rice and then double pivot. Obe PM 10 na ene obebo Jude anaso bobo Kopama. Me mini Newton ya adwen say ka say one and more 10 ne pa one the natural 10 na oni mbosisi apa ya Kopama. E plan di Kopama tenchen. But the World Cup is for the big boys. Yo, you need balance, but you need your big boys to step up.
Run to me.
It's not many Newton this akomo we try na make catch Newton say obi a o England ne France na World Cup crampo quarter finals there once anko back no ko esa game dey try many ball long range be share no ko Jude Bellingham ne Harry Kane bo no mo won sa da no. It's the game for the big boys. No disrespect to the likes of Foden near Berry the money boys and near Lot Anderson more. But I'm telling you, there are certain games when you go in. Now she are big boys now. Ombeyo nyedwa. Untimi ko she has pay mu na nko Lot Anderson more. Now I say oh bench Jude Bellingham. No. Balance. You need your big boys to step up. This is the World Cup. This is no Euros. It's in a Gary Southgate now. It drew some of these top games now.
Unyane selection right.
Dientina look sure be pra. Or the Nibeko Euros. Final game e moye de omuni Italy. Ni ade matches bi wonum kra na was so pushing na look sure mo prepare kwa wo mo mpanya ne ombobi. There was a reason why not on bench Harry Maguire. Maguire benya bad form said dang
the pass there.
Maguire betime fail am United on make videos about Maguire, but when you get to the big stage and the big boys you need Maguire. Thomas Tuchel na ankasa no
was it the Euros no na we in the selection we are England born but the Palmer ban na Palmer be goals
na Palmer be that was Euros no there be
Euros na
you kobo be Kobe Manu sa season na Kobe Manu mo kobo bia no free bench ba no abebo na Spain beje no na we share big boys no na sa game na ankasa na hwe England omo journey so many Spain about final hwe mo journey to the final hwe players are omo field as almost starting 11 Thomas Tuchel na ankasa te big boys na say intina John Stones. How many games na John Stones about Manchester City gidigidi this season? And so oko game biana enei but the John Stones can England national team ready here because you need the big boys at a point in time. It Jude come on there. Omo pomo nkosoro mra form Thomas Tuchel now or Tiasia or say they will get to certain games, you get to a certain standard in the World Cup. Untimi me can't just oko benchi Jude Bellingham Derby. Your match be on also both front four, Marcus Rashford, put Jude Bellingham 10. Or Kopama. So Kopama to me boss a right winger. Now Harry Kane
also two sack, I don't know.
I don't know Harry Kane. This certain games for big boys.
Okay, sir. To just say there are games also because bench will be starting.
There World Cup in Yakobo no 48 teams. ABI a boss Abajan money. Some only England group on Boyana. Albania money sa teams. They always make us we can do without Jude Bellingham. We can do without Jude. So always make this uncommon. The media can do all of those things. Jude Bellingham knew I ever Albania money sa we muna level na no. Anna we beat him abo. But when you get to the World Cup, now we go in a group of death. I'm not Germany. Near come out South America for Ibi. Ebia Ecuador. Moises Caicedo mu na eba. O sin finfi no mebe ye no peche ebere cheze mu mebo. Hwe, waso be shi brutal. Richard Rios mu Colombia mo, omo ba sankofo no yemfa enya agudie o. Yeah, that is why in Komona Omudi ni Samreni no, I'm literally laughing over it. Because you be 6 months that you before the World Cup. Nyame ya adoma enkwa ni ahodi ne ya yawo. You be season na Jude Bellingham the Real Madrid Akobo Champions League final. Wa bona o big games there obit my has Jude Bellingham ko. Baby. Ni ntia. Ni ntia no mudi sa anko no munyai. Dani Kabaya o fit obeko World Cup libi Spain for the back botu no. Big game Dani Kabaya na be botu no. Tony Cruz are retired here. Ka Germany ko World Cup no mo de be ko big match Tony Cruz ba be started. That is how it works. We are there. That is how. Yeah. A question of the day no more interest wo. Osi Mohamed Salah, Victor Osimhen, any Achraf Hakimi. One of your men's player of the year. Literally, NCBA yaba be African best player of the year. NCBA mba Kafa Awards no. Yeah, among me and Sani no individually, you can't say Obia numbers. For Mo Salah last season, he won the English Premier League. Yeah. For Mo Salah last season, no the second top scorer in the Premier League after Haaland. Assist no what year. For Victor Osimhen, Napoli failed to win the league. No pre-pre kakra. But Ewa Galatasaray, or banging in the goals. The other African best player AFCON play part in the year and Adimola Lukman Kwaje no. I equate as the best player. You more AFCON be this be AFCON day and me bebo. Ni ebo wi na so be ya. I was here that bay.
Some few days
before the AFCON. Before the AFCON, that means the AFCON doesn't even come into this. It is the competition sebeba in terms of national team or this discussion move World Cup qualifiers. Ya what I say, another AFCON qualifiers. Mene woka say yaw. Sa player of the year no. I don't think Mo Salah and Victor Osimhen can hold the shirt of Achraf Hakimi. Yaw. Achraf Hakimi the best right back. Oh, we are smart.
Nyamanya ma 19 fia.
Yaw. Achraf Hakimi the best right back we are smart. Nyamanya mo ochina. Achraf Hakimi, I'll be very surprised if he doesn't get it. I'll be very, very surprised. Yaw. For the Moroccan national team consistency. World Cup qualifiers for Mabo. AFCON qualifiers or Munim Mobile, but the friendly matches of my ranging in your mom arrange your mobile. Yaw, as on a club side, he is a treble winner. The first time in the history of Paris Saint-Germain. Yaw, a very, very difficult to just look at him and say, no. This is a no Achraf Hakimi. Salah won the league though. Good performances, good results. Victor Osimhen, solid attacker. But I think Omumi and Sano, over the season under review. Now we share the past 1 year. I don't think any of them has outperformed Achraf Hakimi. No. Obieno are outperforming. And it definitely goes straight to him. Say ononi betimi akwakoye na wakwakoje. Yeah, interestingly, German for na peke. And Mr. Julian Nagelsmann will be the happiest man on this one. But I think for Voltmadi, Germany for na hope so many striker. Because after Miroslav Klose, it's been very difficult for them to look at it and say, no, you're center forward in here. Also, my good. It's Thomas Muller, one a beje, born a boy, and okay Andrew Scholler. Onimgo Bruta. Come fast beje national team ne Boama 2014. Omutim koje World Cup ne by 2018 Tony Cruz score try be amfa. 2022 koye be all by Germany with their setup down. A more target man. Now the wingers are flying. Serge Gnabry, Leroy Sané, Florian Wirtz, quality form. I want the big boys to come to the party when we are going to the World Cup. The Emi Yana said Gattuso need Italy, the NNA mobile. But we need the big boys at the World Cup. So you need the big boys at the World Cup. Germany do time when you have qualify no match. So Slovakia were tied on points. But when it mattered most, watching us and insist. Joshua Kimmich, when I say I want more panier. And you need Germany to be playing at this top level. But for Voltmadi, I'm happy. An attacker over Newcastle, or Musiska Newcastle, Lepia, and was Rododo. An attacker over the Premier League. Obi when he said Germany Bundesliga and he is slow. Ain't me from. But now he has become the face of the German national team attack. And at the same time, no, Okopimo Newcastle, look at the goals that he's scoring now. He's proving to be an attacker. Technical ability no was super. It was slow. And also the goal and as I had account. So imagine Leroy Sané and Gnabry are doing their best closer to him. And Florian Wirtz, where do you locate it? Meaning you think you your boys need the omo bomano. Pija born man partner aje, Pajama Sani partner aje. But I'm happy that Germany more pick up at the bar. World Cup and we will enjoy it.
Mate, Mesa, I'm share a Stivo but I'm also George Duku or say Akomeah. So you will fix Cole Palmer and bench Saka on the right wing. The message and so I don't know. And I mentioned Joshua say the English media is their own enemy. Tuchel not being an English is also another factor. That's why there's all this fuss going on. And our identity and buy. Where Mawunya ga says God or say Saka is an undisputed starter for England because he has proven his worth for the national team. And Bellingham isn't a bigger player than Foden, please. Nana Kwesi Apia, so Edia, and so any. Mensa Jao came back saying, some games I will play Palmer as a winger and drop Saka. That doesn't mean anything. That's what the game calls for. Nidia, and so, I don't know. Whoa.
Bellingham the any food in there. You Obia, what J award be to say be a best player of the season, Bisa, you Bisa, by back aura, class. Player be on my Uzi, Opia who's the way there, Uzi world class. Who the Bellingham Pia Bonting? Now the food in Pia Bonting, Umi Nupa Yao, or show Umi Nupa Becas say. Ubecas one a big boy. Foden cannot go into Real Madrid and do what Bellingham. Madrid pressure is totally different from Manchester City.
Yes.
Let's put it aside. Her jersey number was Jonathan Zidane jersey number 5. There are certain things big boys will do. I'm not saying Foden is a bad player. Foden is a very good player. I love him. Foden have both through the ranks at Peja Diaba. Foden, season now CTJ treble, you are splendid. By you can't big boy. A big boy goes beyond born original park and so born.
Bray, Steve.
You see, topic we sometimes they are very debatable. It has to do with personality. I don't know. I think the Messi faces similar issue when all global appeal, the media appeal, because of how he carries himself. Obi or her on person obey that social media type. You get it, but the way Pep Guardiola set it up in the team, no, I do not think it's based on the Messiah can. So we Rodri and the same Bellingham need now people will go for Rodri in terms of the contest, no more the two or the measure the two, no, because Obi anyhow carrying himself in that kind of way. You will be or her when you're good at what but all appear the way supposedly in the minds of people. I also all appear in this manner. Foden, I hear an idea. But one thing I Foden I face, especially with England, they say, untimi only one position. Unlike Jude Bellingham, there no. Jude Bellingham prove he say, final ball 10, ball half 8, he can still deliver. But we, you know, you see England as some na cano. I'm in love with one of the messages you read. I think the last part one. Nipaneka say the English are their own enemies because it's Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, let's be sincere with ourselves. England team way. Now, the world's best team currently are the Argentine national team. They've kept their consistency from the time of winning World Cup up to now. A lot of the times, say teams AG championship I had Neoma Sesakakra. Germany